Boom. Alright, welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. Here we are again at BD Riley's. We are here with Daz, with Delcross, with Glenn. I'm Julian and we're here to talk some stuff about who the new manager might be. We're going to talk about contracts, all that really exciting stuff. So, I'm going to pass it right over to Glenn. We're looking for a new manager in the summer. Which is really sad, really disappointing. I don't really want to talk about it, but we want to fill time. We want to, do stuff. So, what do you think?
We haven't really spoke about it, have we? Since everything come out, I think it probably. I think so. I know, yeah. So it is weird to think about it, but I think right now the obvious one, two, maybe Alonso and then your Portuguese man. Sort of about it, really. I think the Portuguese fella, Almiron, is it?
Almiron.
I knew I was going to kill his name. That's why I said it.
I'm glad you didn't say Mourinho. But that's
for me, I'd love Alonso. I don't know if we're going to do Alonso. We'll chat about Alonso first, and then maybe go down the list, or for me, I think Alonso just ticks every box. Excuse me.
I think it's obvious to start with Alonso. He is the choice. I think the majority of Liverpool fans. He does tick pretty much, not all boxes, but he ticks pretty much all of them. He's done a fantastic job with Leverkusen. He's got a very, very small history as a manager, but he's doing really well at the moment. He feels like he would be perfect for us. But you're going into the unknown, regardless of who the manager is anyway. But it feels like Alonso would be the perfect pick. Daz, what are you thinking right now?
Yeah, of course, same thing. He knows the club inside and out. He's an absolute legend at the club. What he's done at Leverkusen is amazing. Can he carry that on to Liverpool? I mean, it's a big ask for anyone. It doesn't matter whether it's Alonso, Ancelotti. It's a big ask. So nobody's going to be Klopp 2.0. There will never be another manager like Jurgen nor Klopp. But Alonso just, as we say, ticks the boxes. He's my first choice because I think he can come in and keep the majority of the squad and bring in maybe some Leverkusen players that he feels that can add to Liverpool. But yeah, he's the number one, isn't he, on all the bookies? So
Delcross.
Yeah, I agree. Look, he's definitely he'd be the people's choice, wouldn't he? I think, as you say, I think he ticks most, if not all, of the boxes. Plays good football, knows the club. Will have the backing of the fans. The only thing that I would be a little bit worried about is he strikes me as a very intelligent sort of a fella, and I'm wondering, is he too smart to go, you know what, I don't want to go in after Klopp, and just because he has the world at his feet at the minute, right? Bayern are going to be looking at him. There's talk of a Real looking at him. He basically has the pick of the litter. So I'm wondering, would he look at that and go, do I really want to go in here after such a fucking legend? There's that, and then there's also the fact that I don't know, it seems to be that when we're in a big battle like that with, multiple clubs, in particular with players, it's rare that we come out on top. So that's a worry. And then so I'd be just worried about those kind of two things.
Do you think though, for me, it's Madrid or us? I think Bayern, the crap that's coming out from the German Sky Sports is that it's crap.
But don't you think that Bayern would be?
They would be interested, but I mean, for me, Alonso, it's also, I think, goes to if Alonso says no now, will he ever be Liverpool manager?
Yeah, I actually think it's easier for for him to go to Bayern Munich.
I think it's an easier choice.
Yeah, it's easier. Steal the best. I mean, the Leverkusen, best 2 or 3 players at Leverkusen, they're going anyway, right? Either to Bayern Munich or to other teams. You go to Bayern Munich where the expectation is like this, and well, everything's shite, isn't it? They're probably going to win the league again, Bayern Munich, right? And then they've got like the Champions League as well. He knows the German league as a manager, right?
As a player,
yeah. I mean, he obviously knows Liverpool as a player as well, but he's managed in that league. He's not got 5 or 6. The German league's not that strong. He's not got 5 or 6 teams that are really strong. So from that point of view, also I know we're going to get into it a little bit later as well. He also doesn't have a Salah, Trent, Virgil van Dijk thing.
I don't
call to questions as well.
Talked about does Alonso stay? Leverkusen?
Nah, I can't see it.
That would probably be, I think, the least likely scenario. I think it's guaranteed he's going to go.
A big move.
You know, I would agree. I would agree with you. I do think Bayern is probably the easier move. Not that there isn't high expectations of Bayern. There is, of course, but I think following Klopp, going to England, competing with Manchester City, that's a big move for him to stay in Germany, to go to Bayern, where of course he played for Bayern as well. Not necessarily to move his family. It's not too much of a big deal. He could stay in Germany. I think that's a move that could be likely, but I would agree. I think it's between Bayern and Liverpool. Madrid, I would be highly surprised if he went to Madrid, but I wouldn't be shocked if he went to Bayern at all. By the same token, I wouldn't be shocked if he went to Liverpool, but it's between those two, I think.
So you're basically just in between.
I think it'll be one of the two. I would be massively surprised if he went anywhere else.
I mean, I think Bayern, to me, Bayern would make sense for him, because he would look at it and it's basically a no-lose situation. He'll go to Bayern, he'll bring one or two of the lads that won the league from in Leverkusen. They'll strengthen and they'll just go win the league again like they always do. So his stock isn't going to go down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's, whereas you go in after fucking Klopp, there's a little bit of fucking unrest. Are we keeping Salah? Are we keeping Van Dijk? Are lads going to leave? What's the situation going to be? You kind of go there. You're up against fucking Pep again in Man City. You're up against fucking an up and coming Arsenal side. You go, all of a sudden it doesn't go well. Your fucking stock tanks, and then what do? So those are my I'm not saying
I get your points, but
like
there's only so many times I think Liverpool are going to come calling.
Yeah.
And I think he's either got to just grab the ball by the horns and go, I'm taking this and I'll do it. But yeah, I mean, I understand Munich would be the easiest choice because he's not won anything yet. Let's calm that down.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not won the Bundesliga.
I mean, it's pretty odd not.
One foot on, one hand on the trophy, but he's not won it yet. So he's still won nothing. And I mean, any person who comes up as Liverpool manager behind Klopp, massive shoes to fill.
And that's the thing, though, isn't it? He could just say, well,
that's too much.
That sounds like graft. Go to Bayern Munich, 2 years, Bayern Munich. Then he can go, well, maybe Ancelotti's, maybe they're going to get rid of Ancelotti. I'll do 2 years here. And maybe I'll go, maybe Liverpool job's available, maybe I'll go to Real Madrid. What could happen is he could go to Liverpool. You know what football's like, it's so fickle. 6 months. I'm not saying Liverpool fans are fickle, because far from it. But he could come and it is. Let's be honest, it'll be tough for any manager that comes in. I mean, whatever manager that comes in, I think we'll all back him, and I think that with him being an ex-Liverpool player and being so highly thought of, he will get extra time than anyone else would. But if that goes tits up, very quickly it goes like that, doesn't it? And then his next gig that if he was to get sacked at Liverpool after 18 months, for example, the next gig that he's looking for is your sort of, your Napolis or your Dortmunds, your Bayern, that, that sort of tier down. So
I think we know the front runners: Alonso, and Porto. Right?
Yeah. Well, no. So we've spoken about Alonso.
Porto or Sporting?
The next one, Sporting Lisbon. The next manager that's been linked heavily to us is Amorim. Have I pronouncing his name right? I might not, but Almarin or Amorin, I think is his name.
Don't ask me.
I don't know much about him. I know that.
I know, yeah. As if he's asking us three.
I know. I'm sure
he's the best speaker out of the three of us.
And Sporting Lisbon, top of the league, scoring goals for fun. I mean, he scored over 50, 55s this season, looking really good, attacking football. He's a name that's been linked heavily. There was reports in the newspaper and on websites, whatever, by respected journalists today about how Michael Edwards, etc. Like, he ticks every box for us. So I'm not sure where that's coming from, but there's no doubt it's between Alonso and this guy from Sporting. We don't know a lot about him, apart from, he's inexperienced. He's been in Portugal for a good few years, and his team is looking really good, and it looks like they're going to go on and win the league. But he's an interesting one. He's an intriguing one because we don't know much about him. He doesn't have a history with Liverpool, so it's hard to say of how well or how he's going to do with us. But any thoughts on? Any thoughts on him?
I think based on what's after, and I know this is a quiet week and there's fucking international football, so lads are writing all sorts of nonsense in the newspapers, but I think based on kind of the rumours and the stuff that you've been reading in the last week to 10 days, I think it's actually going to be him. I think that the lads, the research lads, it's all data driven. I think he hits all the right spots in terms of numbers, and I think they're going to go for him. And I think he'll be the next Liverpool manager, which is good, which is really good, because no matter if it's one of the two, barring a fucking miracle in both leagues, they're both winners. They're coming in fucking league winners. Let's go, lads! They're going to be fucking pumped, and I have no problem with either of the two getting the job. And
the really good thing is they don't have to fucking rebuild the squad.
No.
Klopp's, like Fergie left it absolute fucking mess at Man United. Klopp's leaving it in a very good place. The squad, the academy, they need to come in and put their stamp on it, and let the Klopp era die out and put their stamp on it. They're going to come in and go, 85% of this fucking team is good. So if I can just tinker that, it's going to be a young manager, and it's between those two. You've heard like Mourinho, Ancelotti.
Who said that?
No, it's banded about.
Is it? More chance it's going to be Roy Evans, I think, than Mourinho.
Oh, come on! It's been banded about, not serious, but it's been thrown out there. But it's between these two.
Glenn.
It's definitely not going to be Jose Mourinho, is it? I don't really know a lot about him, if I'm dead honest. I'm pretty set that it's going to be Alonso. Even though I said all that stuff about Bayern Munich before, I'm thinking it from his point of view. There is that part of it, but Liverpool's team's well better than Bayern Munich's.
But do you think with Alonso though, sometimes we're thinking with this?
No.
I would agree with you. 100% we are. He hasn't won anything, and he's been a manager for what? Season and a half.
That Bayer Leverkusen
so there is a part of it. I would agree with you.
No,
100% there's a part.
I don't really do that anymore, to be honest.
100%
I don't really do that anymore. No, I honestly don't. I don't really do that anymore. Like with
if he didn't have a history with Liverpool, then we wouldn't be feeling the same way.
Hang on a minute. If a manager from Germany in the German league that took a team that's never won a league, and they've basically absolutely wiped the floor with Bayern Munich, I can assure you we'd all be fucking talking about him, even if his name was
we would be
Jerry.
talking about him, but there is 100%. There's a little bit of the heart with the history of it.
Well, of course that helps. Of course it does.
There you go.
But I'm saying, if there is a manager,
that wasn't that hard, was it?
If there's a team, no. But you're saying that's the main reason.
No, I didn't say that was the main reason.
It was the main reason. We're saying,
of course it's a part.
Your heart's invested.
Yeah.
Like Alonso played for us.
Yeah, I mean he's absolutely stunning. He's a gorgeous fella, isn't he?
He's on the ropes. He's on the ropes here.
But no, I'm.
He's going down in the
Going down third round.
Is there anyone else that you would? Because I like Nagelsmann. I like Nagelsmann, Julian Nagelsmann. I'm not saying I would want him over Alonso, but I think he's quite an interesting shout. He's quite young, great. Before he got to Bayern Munich, but Bayern Munich's a shit, so as we already spoke about. I think he's quite an interesting fit.
My only problem with him is he wears his fucking turtlenecks. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's got to go.
I know, yeah, because
that's got to go.
It's not work for Guardiola, has he? Fucking hell, he could wear a thong for all I care.
No, that's got to go.
Fucking get rid of the turtleneck.
Yeah, turtleneck's got to go.
Anyone else though?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's like, I mean, then we come into that next list where there's a ton of different managers that, you have your Nagelsmann, you have your Thomas Franks,
Tommy Tuchel.
Tommy Tuchel. No, I mean, I can't. Honestly, and that's the one I'm going to speak about next. De Zerbi is the one that seems to. He was linked big time at the beginning. He was one that was being pushed out there, definitely as much as Alonso and the Sporting guy. But De Zerbi seems to have dropped off a little bit. I don't know what that is. I don't see De Zerbi as a Liverpool manager. I don't know. It's something I'm not so sure if. Yes, he's doing well with Brian, but I think there's a lot of that is down to still the success of Graham Potter. A lot of that is still Potter's team and setup as well.
Scouting.
De Zerbi, seems a good character. Brian can see a shitload of goals. When they lose, they really lose. But what's your thoughts on De Zerbi?
Hold on. You know who we haven't talked about?
Gerrard.
Gareth Southgate.
Yes.
Thanks, Glenn Johnson.
So back to De Zerbi.
No, yeah, back.
What's your
Fuck you.
Southgate.
I hope he goes to United though. They deserve it.
No, that's I mean, you mentioned Mourinho and Southgate now.
Yeah, De Zerbi.
Dave Bassett. Come on.
De Zerbi.
Anyway. What about De Zerbi?
I can't have him. Again, I nothing bad against the fella. Look at he's a decent manager. He plays decent football with Brighton, but he just doesn't. I just don't think he fits the bill as a Liverpool manager. I don't think he has the shoulders to carry the status of the club, and I'm not having De Zerbi for a second.
You're not having it.
No, I'd have Big Ange well ahead of De Zerbi. I think he's a fella that would have the shoulders to carry the club. Yeah. He's charismatic. He's great with the press. He seems like a decent bloke. Kind of Klopp light sort of a deal. I'd have him well ahead of De Zerbi.
Out of all of the managers linked, Big Ange is probably the most Klopp-like. Personality-wise, he's brilliant with the media. I think in a way you kind of want to, when you change your manager, you want to get away as far as you can from the character, not copy that. Because you've seen teams do that. They try and copy what's been successful and it generally fails. And I feel Big Ange falls into that a little bit. I like him. I think he's done pretty well early days at Tottenham. But I think getting him away from Spurs with their owner is going to be. I mean, that's like a next to nothing chance of that happening.
Probably cost you about 30 million, wouldn't it, knowing him? Just sort of want to move it on then. If we talk about the first couple of things, our new manager, whoever this new manager is going to be, he's got a bit of he's got a few conversations to have, isn't he? Like between Salah, Robertson, Van Dijk, Trent. Obviously, contracts are coming up. Out of those four, who do you think will be at who do you think will be at Liverpool next season?
Bloody hell, that's one hell of a.
I think
that's the thing. I mean, I think Edwards and Hughes being brought in is in itself a coup.
Yeah,
like it's massive. Like,
well, it needed to happen. We haven't got anyone
Michael
there.
Edwards coming back to this club, I think it's massive for us because he did brilliantly well, but he's got more power this time. So, and he believes in Richard Hughes. So obviously, these contracts are probably being talked about between them privately. without the players. And the next manager to come in, that is a massive statement of what he wants. Salah, 32, right, on 350k a week.
Yep.
1 year to go.
Yep.
Trent, 25. 1 year to go. Van Dijk, 32. Right. One year left. 3 of our biggest players. You got to nail them down.
Yep.
All 3 of them.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
It's interesting. So, Salah, let's go one at a time then, I think it's easier. Salah is 32, he's on 350 grand a week, with 1 year left. So, I absolutely love the man. But do you really want Salah at Liverpool when he's 35 on 350 grand a week?
If he's still
If
fucking
he's
banging
co- if he-
27 goals a season, I'll give him 450 if he wants.
If he's still producing what he's still doing, and he keeps himself in exceptional shape. Don't forget, this is the first time he's been out injured
That is a problem though, isn't it?
since fucking day one.
Yeah, it is, but that is the sort of, that is, like, we're saying, well, if he's doing that, well, I mean, that's fucking all good and well, but, that's why you give somebody a contract, isn't it? Realistically, at 35, is he going to be worth, I don't even know what 350 grand is a year. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's 350 grand a week.
Well, that's what you're looking at with Salah, right? You're looking at, are you giving Salah a new contract based on what he's done previously, or what you think he's going to do going forward? Because there's no doubt he's going to slow down, right? He's going to slow down. He's probably going to pick up more injuries. So it's tough, right? Because is he going to get paid more? No. Or is he going to take a reduced contract? With wages, is that going to come down?
No.
It's probably not, right? And his only options really are probably Saudi, PSG, Real Madrid, maybe. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to. I think we would offer him a new contract, but probably at a reduced wage, and he probably wouldn't take that, right?
I believe that this is a moot point. I believe that we will get about 150 million for him in the summer, and we will shake his hand and we'll say, Mo, you're an absolute legend. Thanks very much. We'll chat to you later. Come back for the legend again.
150 from who though?
From Saudi. He's
Saudi,
off to Saudi.
PSG,
But
Real
my
Madrid,
thing
that's it.
is though, and I've talked to you about it. He's 32, and he's still at the top of his game.
I
He
totally
doesn't want to
understand.
go play for 9,000 people and win fuck all.
How do you know that though?
I just feel
He's won every single thing
his
that he could possibly
competitiveness.
win.
He wants to be back in the Champions League. Do you think he after this season, if we win the league in Europa, I guarantee he wants to go back
I would
in the
think
Champions
that
League?
he's so proud of where he's from. There is an element of him
Well-
that wants to make football work over there. So I would not be surprised
No.
if he wants, because it hasn't worked. Like
Well,
the signings
I-
that went over there last summer, it didn't.
It's a
It didn't
mess.
work out.
This
It's a mess.
this is going to sound fucking terrible, but I don't think it'll be up to him. I think if the Saudis come looking, here, 150 mil for my man here, I think the club are going to go, sorry Mo.
Yeah,
That's it.
I sort of agree with you, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. I think it's a case of, see, if from the club's point of view, I would say, right, we'll give you a contract, but we're going to give you, I think the club ideally would want Salah to sign a 1 year extension, but that's not going to happen,
Yeah.
right?
Do you think it'll be more like, all right, Mo, it's more performance based? How many goals?
Well, I think a lot of his contract usually is anyway.
I think he's
But
probably got that
but
already.
the club might say to him, you've got a 1 year extension of what he's already got, which would basically put him at 2 years. And I think the club would go maybe at 2. And I think Salah will want 3 or more. 3 or more. And may even want the same money or more money. And I think that's where the club are going to go. We're not losing them on a free. 150 million with all these FFP new rules. They may say, we've got to take it.
It makes financial sense. It
we've
doesn't
got
make
to
much
take it.
football sense, but it makes financial sense. And then I think then I think they'll turn around to Trent then and they'll nail him down on a big long contract, and I think he'll get.
I think the Salah one is. I think the Salah one is obviously the first one they've got to do, and I think the Salah one sort of aligns everything, because if they say to Salah, or if they say this, right, okay, we're going to sell Mo for 150 million, then the contracts, Van Dijk and Trent's contracts, I think are easier to do. Because Salah right now is on 350 a week, and the next one I think is maybe Thiago, or no, I think it's Van Dijk maybe.
It's Van Dijk, then
It's Thiago, Van Dijk, Thiago.
It's a big difference.
It's huge.
So if Salah's not there, it's easy to say to Van Dijk, right, Van Dijk,
I can give you
260,
Yeah.
and then you say to Trent, okay, Trent, we'll give you 250 or whatever.
All right.
But if Mo Salah's on 350,
Let's we'll move on to the next one. Before we move on to, we'll go on to Virgil next. We'll finish with Salah, and we'll do the should he stay or should he go? Will he stay or will he go? Salah.
Oh, Salah?
Yeah, yes or no?
At the end of the season?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
Just one word answer.
Okay, I don't think he'll stay. I'll be in bits.
Yes or no? Will he go? Will he stay?
No.
No. Yes.
No to what?
No what?
I'm with Glenn. I don't want it to happen, but I think he'll
You
go.
think he'll go?
he stays.
All right, I think he'll go. All right,
I hope he
let's
does.
move on. Oh, of course.
I genuinely.
I need a Liverpool fan that would.
My son would be heartbroken.
I'll be heartbroken.
If he goes in the summer, my son would probably prefer that I fucking went to Saudi. To be honest, it's going to be a nightmare.
And Salah moved to your house.
All right, we'll move on. So Virgil van Dijk.
I'm still waiting on my cheesecake.
Was he 32?
32.
32, contract up, summer 2025.
This one's.
Daz, we'll start with you. Virg, what are you thinking?
He stays. Of course.
All right.
Yeah. Why would you get rid of your captain? The man barely sweats. Like, last season, he didn't do a very good job. This season, captain's armband has taken him up a notch. He's actually taken on the captaincy and gone, all right, I think he's pulled this team back up from the brink and gone.
I would say he's probably.
He's our probably player of the season.
I think he's probably the Premier League player of the season.
Not probably.
Definitely.
By a country mile, he's our best player of the season.
Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that one's easy.
So this one is easy in the fact that we all think he's going to stay. But contract-wise, what sort of contract do you think? Because I think it is interesting. What sort of contract do you think he'll want?
Okay.
And what sort of contract do you think the club will give him?
He'll probably want 3.
I think he'll want more than 3.
Nah.
This is his last big contract.
His last big contract.
But who's going to give him? Let's say we don't get, because we're pretty good at it. We're pretty shrewd when it comes to this shit too. Remember the whole Salah saga there for a long time too, before he got that big contract. We're fairly shrewd on putting.
With Edwards coming in now.
Put. Because with all the rules and regulations, and the fucking Spanish lads are broke.
Yeah.
Right? He's not going to go to fucking PSG. He's not going to fucking Italy.
Saudi.
He's definitely not going to fucking Saudi. And he's not going to Man City.
Madrid?
Yeah.
Madrid? Would Madrid be?
Why wouldn't he go to Saudi?
He's not going to go to fucking Saudi. Not on your fucking Nelly.
How do you know?
Because he's not. No chance. Absolutely more chance of me signing for a Saudi club than Van Dijk.
Fuck's sake.
No. And then as I say, the Spanish lads are broke. So you kind of and them lads know, Edwards know, they played it this game, and they're gonna go, well, here, this is the best we can do. Go find, if you can find better, bring it back to us and we'll match it. But it's gonna be hard to.
Let's put it this way: if it's between Salah and Van Dijk to keep, it's Van Dijk.
Yeah, it is. But it's just a
If
case.
that's
If you put it like that as an option.
if your balance is here, right,
Yeah.
and you can't go over FFP, you're going to go, I'm not paying Salah 400,000.
And you want 100 million.
2 years.
And you want the money for him.
I'm paying more for my captain.
Yeah. You want the money.
Because even with Van Dijk, a year left in his contract, and you want to sell him in the summer, what do you get for him?
Don't know. No.
Van Dijk,
Yeah.
50.
I think so. Depending on who it is,
Yeah,
isn't it?
barely.
It's mad though, because like because the way the window's gone now and where everything's gone.
It's mad money these days, though. I mean, Van
it's not. No
Dijk
one's got
still
money.
has 4 good
Possibly longer,
seasons.
yeah.
No one's really got any money though, have they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing that's coming into this, right? There's a big problem all over Europe with the money situation with the various clubs, and then you take into account the Saudi situation where it hasn't worked. It's been a disaster. They're the one.
How is it? How can you say
hasn't
that?
really, well, it hasn't worked, has it?
Well, I'm pretty sure all of them in Saudi are having a fucking cracking time.
Yeah, but
we're pretty sure they're paying them a
bollocks, that, though.
fortune, right? But they're not getting the crowds. It's not picked up the way they wanted to.
So the Western media tells us there's no crowds. How the fuck do we know? Do we go and watch Al Hilly every fucking week?
You just have to look
When have you ever watched Saudi?
I watched it there not so long
Hey,
ago.
Glenn,
10
Glenn,
people there
they have
acting
something,
Christmas, that's it.
something
It's not true.
called a video.
Yeah.
The videotapes.
Yeah, of Henderson team
Saudi
against
league,
someone shite,
and
yeah.
it's shite.
It's
I
not
know
working.
it's shite.
They're watching.
But
it's
what
kind
it's
of
not
like.
working?
Well, no,
They're
no,
getting paid
it's
money.
not that it's not working.
It's
It
not
just
working
takes
what they
time.
wanted it to work.
It's gonna
right?
take.
Yeah, I know, but they're
It's
all
not there at
but
the
they're still
moment.
getting
Anyway,
paid
we're
all
getting
that
off
money.
track.
We're getting off track. So Virgil, we're all like, yes, he's going to stay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. So it comes to the final one. Trent.
that one's easy as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Trent-
It makes complete sense to stay. I mean, I would be shocked
No,
if we were offering around to be sold. I think Trent is one of the best players in England. I think he's vitally important for us. I think he's still young. He counts as obviously. No, do it.
The only, I would say, the only kind of thing you would think about with Trent is the new manager. We kind of hit on it a little bit earlier. The new manager sitting down with him, going, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Where do you see me playing?
Yeah.
And if those two worlds don't align with the new manager, and then there was a little bit of interest from somewhere else, he himself might be tempted. He's won a lot with Liverpool. Why not? But I think if all things remain the same and the new fella comes in, throws his arm around him and says, here, I want you to fucking play wherever you want to fucking play, and we'll build the team around you or around this new generation of footballers, I think it's easy. That deal's, I could do that deal.
He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. There's absolutely no chance. I mean, a lot of it comes down to as well. No one's got any money. It's like,
Well,
do you know
no,
what I mean?
they have money. They're just scared to spend it now.
Yeah.
I don't think
Because
anyone has
of
money,
what's
mate.
going on.
I don't think anyone has any money. I mean, if you look at the big teams in Spain, I think you'll see it. I mean, you've seen the transfer in the January window. No one's really signing anyone. Madrid are signing Mbappe, and no one really knows how they're doing it, but it's all wages. So they're all fiddling all the wages. But you're not going to see. I don't think you're going to see that many big, massive fees now coming out because the way everything's going.
Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of smaller transfers. But the bigger transfer, the Mbappes to Real Madrid, again, I don't know how they're going to do the books on that. It's going to be...
You just sell free
We're
players.
getting him for free, but we're paying 1.1 million.
Yeah.
If they sold like 3 players though, it can all.
Look,
But they also
if,
sell fucking 10 fucking million shirts the day he signs as well.
Yeah, but that's not £1 million a week though, is it?
if City can
not
get
£1
away
million a
with
week.
it for the last 10 years, Real Madrid have been getting away with it for 20 odd years. Barcelona got found out
And the
2
rest.
seasons ago, and then they,
That's what I mean. Like this idea that they're going to spend
they're
70
playing in
million on
America
Trent.
for what?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
saw that.
1 million.
They're on absolutely
Just
on
to,
they're on the
help.
knees.
Anyway, all right. So to wrap it up,
I'll take it.
we'll wrap it up, right? So
Robbo.
we're going to add Robbo to this as
Go
well.
on,
That
yeah.
could be another 20 minutes.
Nah, I think so.
We'll do a little bit of Robbo. So
We're on the same boat.
Yeah, we spoke about it before.
yeah,
I think Robbo, there could be an opportunity there where he could go simply because he's picking up loads of injuries at the minute. I've seen it down before. And I think Edwards is sort of on this line of like, wants Liverpool players to go just before, like Wijnaldum. How many people were going, give Wijnaldum a new contract,
Yeah.
change a new contract.
He never got
all that.
injured at Liverpool.
But it's like
was his
it's the
age.
thing with these players is we play them and we play them, and we basically kill them for 5 years, 6
Yep.
years. I mean, how many injuries did he start picking up before he left? Mane was picking up little injuries. Henderson, Firmino. We get so much out of them. I think we get like the absolute maximum out of them, and I think that's where we might be with
And
Robertson.
that was apparently there was some tension when Henderson signed the contract, that there was a big disagreement with Henderson signing that because of his age, and it was forced through.
Darren, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Look at that.
Ah, we have some cheesecake with chocolate sauce.
That's to celebrate Mo Salah staying.
Where's the ice
We're
cream?
gonna celebrate.
Where's the ice cream?
Oi! Come on. All right, so we think
Shove that in.
Salah's leaving, Trent's staying, Virgil's staying, Robbo probably is going. We think Alonso's going to be manager. You think it's going to be Amorim.
Yeah.
And that pretty much wraps it up. So,
And I think Liverpool is going to
and you think Liverpool going to win the league?
I tell you what,
Beautiful.
Salah, Robertson, and Klopp all leaving in the same window. Jesus
Get
Christ,
the
I
tissues.
thought last year was tough.
Huh?
I thought last year was tough.
Like a fucking bad episode of EastEnders.
Yeah, but the great thing about Liverpool, though, we
Someone broke the
reinvent ourselves.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that.
Shankly left, Paisley came. Keegan left, my hero, Dalglish.
I know, but fucking Shankly never left the same year as Keegan and bloody Callan, did he, or someone like that? Like all the icons going to see. Anyway, I don't want to think about
We'll
that.
be alright. It all works out. It will be good.
3 more months where we support this manager, this club, this team.
Oh, just eat your ice cream and shut up.
Eat your stuff.
It's not ice cream, is it? Because I didn't get any.
Thanks
Oh,
to
yeah,
PD
it's
Riley's, cheers Daz, Delcross, Glenn. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you go on the Instagram. Because there's a lot of good stuff going on the Instagram.
Let's
isn't
get
it,
Make sure
Delcross?
you come to BD Riley's.
And the Tiki Talks.
cheesecake.
Yeah.
Don't get the chicken. Don't get the chicken.
Chicken. All right. Have a good one. Cheers.
Oi, oi.